My beloved child, stop everything you are doing right now. Put down whatever is in your hands, close every other tab, silence every distraction, because what I am about to reveal to you cannot wait another moment. Heaven has been trying to reach you for weeks, and the silence you have been experiencing, the restlessness in your sleep, the sudden changes in people around you, none of it is coincidence. 3 nights ago, while you were sleeping, something shifted in the spiritual realm. A meeting took place in the heavenly courts, and your name was mentioned, not in judgment, but in urgent protection. The angels who watch over you brought a report that made the throne room fall silent. Someone in your inner circle, someone you trust, someone you have shared your heart with, has crossed a line that heaven cannot ignore. I know this sounds impossible. I know you are thinking of the faces around you, the people who smile when they see you, who ask about your day, who seem to care. But my child, the enemy's greatest weapon has never been the stranger in the darkness. It has always been the familiar face in the light, the trusted voice that speaks poison disguised as concern, the gentle hand that plants seeds of doubt while offering comfort. Heaven showed me something that will change how you see everything. There is someone close to you, someone who has access to your thoughts, your dreams, your fears, who has been using that access not to bless you, but to limit you. They have been speaking words over your life that were never meant to be spoken. They have been making agreements about your future that were never theirs to make. You felt it, didn't you? That strange heaviness when you are around certain people lately. That unexplained exhaustion after conversations that should have filled you with joy. That nagging feeling that something isn't right, even when everything appears perfect on the surface. Your spirit has been trying to warn you, but your heart has been too kind to listen. Your mind has been making excuses for what your soul already knows. But tonight, the veil is being lifted tonight. You will see clearly, and once you see, you can never unsee again. The person I am speaking about knows your schedule better than you do. They know when you are struggling before you tell anyone. They know your weaknesses, your triggers, your deepest insecurities. And instead of protecting these sacred spaces in your heart, they have been using them as weapons against your peace. They have been timing their words, their actions, their very presence to coincide with your most vulnerable moments. Heaven revealed to me that this person has been in meetings, conversations, gatherings where your name was mentioned not in love, but in strategy. They have been part of discussions about your future that were designed to keep you exactly where you are, to prevent you from stepping into the fullness of who you were created to be. They smile at your face because they need to maintain access. They celebrate your small victories because it makes them appear supportive. But in the quiet moments, in the spaces between your interactions, they have been working against the very blessings they pretend to pray for on your behalf. This is not about hatred. This is not about evil intentions in the traditional sense. This is about something far more subtle and therefore far more dangerous. This is about spiritual jealousy. About someone who loves you enough to want to be close to you, but not enough to want to see you surpass them. They want you blessed, but not more blessed than they are. They want you happy, but not happier than they feel. They want you successful, but only to a point that doesn't make them feel left behind. And here is what makes this so heartbreaking. They probably don't even realize they are doing it. The enemy has been using their unhealed wounds, their unaddressed insecurities, their unresolved pain to turn them into an unconscious agent working against your destiny. They think they are protecting themselves, but they are actually blocking both of you from the abundance that heaven has prepared. But my child, listen carefully. This message is not coming to you to create division or hatred. This message is coming to you because heaven has seen enough. The season of tolerating spiritual interference is over. The time of making excuses for people who drain your energy while pretending to fill your cup has ended. You are entering a new phase of your journey, and not everyone who started the race with you is meant to cross the finish line by your side. God showed me that in the next 7 days something is going to happen that will remove all doubt from your mind. Someone close to you is going to say something, do something, or reveal something that will confirm everything you are reading right now. It will not be dramatic. It will not be obvious to everyone else. But it will be crystal clear to you because your spiritual eyes are being opened right now, in this moment as you read these words. When that confirmation comes, you will face a choice. You can continue to make excuses, continue to minimize what you see, continue to prioritize their comfort over your spiritual health. Or you can choose to honor what heaven is showing you and make the necessary adjustments to protect your peace and preserve your destiny. The person heaven is revealing to you tonight has been your greatest teacher, though they never intended to be. They have shown you what conditional love looks like. They have demonstrated how manipulation can hide behind concern. They have revealed to you the difference between someone who is for you and someone who is simply with you. And though the lesson has been painful, it has been necessary for your growth. You see, my beloved, you are carrying something precious. There is an anointing on your life, a calling on your future, a light in your spirit that the kingdom of darkness recognizes even when you don't fully understand it yourself. The enemy knows that if you ever truly step into who you were created to be, if you ever fully embrace the power that lies dormant within you, you will become unstoppable. You will become a threat to every system built on keeping people small, every relationship designed to drain rather than pour, every environment that thrives on your limitation. That is why the attack has been so subtle. That is why it has come through someone close to you. The enemy knew that you would never open your door to obvious evil, so he sent his influence through someone carrying a key you willingly gave them. He knew you would never listen to harsh criticism from a stranger, so he packaged his lies in the gentle voice of someone you trust. He knew you would never accept limitation from an enemy, so he delivered it through the caring concern of someone you love. But heaven has been watching. Heaven has been keeping records. And heaven has decided that enough is enough. The angels assigned to your life have been documenting every word spoken against your destiny. They have been recording every prayer prayed with hidden motives. They have been taking note of every blessing blocked, every door closed, every opportunity delayed by the spiritual interference of someone who should have been standing guard over your dreams instead of standing in the way of them. And now the divine court has issued a decree. The season of spiritual sabotage is over. The time of unconscious betrayal has ended. What has been done in darkness is about to be exposed to light, not for revenge, but for freedom, not for destruction, but for clarity, not to hurt anyone, but to heal everyone involved. My child, I need you to understand something crucial. The person heaven is revealing to you is not your enemy. They are a wounded healer who has been trying to heal their own pain by controlling your portion. They are a broken vessel who has been trying to feel whole by keeping you fragmented. They are a lost soul who has been trying to find their way by dimming your light instead of kindling their own. This revelation is not coming to you so that you will hate them. It is coming to you so that you will pray for them while protecting yourself from them. It is coming so that you will love them from a distance while refusing to let their unhealed wounds become your inherited curse. It is coming so that you will forgive them without forgetting the lesson their presence in your life has taught you. The next few days will be crucial for your spiritual development. You are going to feel a range of emotions as this truth settles into your heart. You may feel angry at first, and that is okay. Righteous anger is sometimes the fuel that powers necessary change. You may feel sad as you grieve the relationship you thought you had, and that is healthy. Grief is how the soul releases what it can no longer carry. You may feel confused as you try to reconcile the person you thought you knew with the reality heaven is revealing, and that is normal. Confusion is often the bridge between old understanding and new wisdom. But through all of these emotions, I need you to remember this one truth. You are not a victim. You are a victor who is still learning how to walk in victory. You are not powerless. You are powerful beyond measure, and you are just beginning to understand the magnitude of what lies within you. You are not alone. You are surrounded by heavenly hosts who have been assigned to ensure that you reach your destination regardless of who chooses to walk away from the journey. Heaven revealed to me that this person has been struggling with their own sense of purpose. They have been watching your growth, your progress, your gradual transformation, and instead of being inspired by it, they have been intimidated by it. They have been comparing their chapter 1 to your chapter 10. They have been measuring their beginning against your becoming. And in their pain, in their fear of being left behind, they have been unconsciously working to slow down your progress instead of accelerating their own. But God, in His infinite wisdom and boundless love, is about to do something beautiful for both of you. He is about to separate you so that you can both flourish in the soil that is right for your individual growth. He is about to create distance so that you can both discover who you are when you are not trying to be who you think the other person needs you to be. He is about to end this season of unhealthy attachment so that you can both enter into relationships that celebrate your authenticity instead of requiring your limitation. The separation that is coming will not be cruel. It will not be dramatic. It will not be filled with confrontation or harsh words. It will be a gentle pulling away, a natural drifting apart, a quiet ending that leaves room for healing and eventual restoration, if that is what heaven has planned. You will simply find that you have less and less in common. You will discover that conversations that once flowed easily now feel forced and uncomfortable. You will notice that the energy between you has shifted from connection to obligation. And when this happens, do not try to force what heaven is releasing. Do not try to resurrect what God is allowing to die. Do not try to hold on to someone whose season in your life has come to a natural end. Trust the process. Trust the timing. Trust that the same God who brought you together for a reason is now separating you for an even greater purpose. In the space that this separation creates, heaven is preparing to send you connections that will astound you. People who will celebrate your victories without feeling diminished by them. Relationships that will pour into your spirit without trying to control your destiny. Friendships that will encourage your growth without fearing your transformation. Love that will embrace your authenticity without requiring your limitation. But first there must be the cleansing. First there must be the clearing. First there must be the honest acknowledgement of what has been, and the courageous release of what no longer serves your highest good. Now, let me tell you something that will shake you to your core. The person I have been describing to you, they have been watching you in ways you never imagined. They know when you wake up in the morning because they have been studying your patterns. They know when you are about to receive good news because they have been monitoring your energy shifts. They know when you are vulnerable because they have been cataloging your emotional cycles. This isn't paranoia. This is spiritual surveillance. And it has been happening right under your nose. Have you noticed how they always seem to call or text you right when you are about to make a breakthrough? Have you noticed how they always have a crisis that needs your attention just when you are about to step into something new? Have you noticed how they always have an opinion about your decisions, especially the ones that would elevate your life? This is not coincidence. This is calculation. They have been studying you like a scientist studies a specimen. They have been taking notes on what makes you doubt yourself, what makes you second guess your instincts, what makes you shrink back from your greatness. And then with surgical precision, they have been using that information to keep you exactly where they need you to be, close enough to serve their emotional needs, but not so elevated that you outgrow their ability to influence you. Heaven showed me something that will disturb you, but you need to know. There have been conversations about you in places you have never been. Your name has been mentioned in discussions where you weren't present. Decisions about your future have been made in rooms you have never entered. And the person closest to you, the one you trust most, has been the primary voice in those conversations. They have been telling people things about you that aren't true. Not malicious lies, but subtle distortions that paint you in a light that serves their narrative. They have been sharing your private struggles with people who don't need to know them. They have been discussing your weaknesses with individuals who could use that information against you. They have been revealing your insecurities to others under the guise of asking for prayer or advice. And here is the most painful part. They have been doing all of this while looking you in the eye and telling you how much they love you, how much they support you, how much they want to see you succeed. But my child, God sees everything. And God has had enough. The spiritual realm has been in uproar over what has been happening to you. The angels assigned to your protection have been filing reports that have reached the highest courts of heaven. The intercession that has been going up on your behalf has been so intense that it has caused shifts in the heavenly atmosphere. And now divine justice is about to be served, not in the way you might expect, but in the way that will bring the most healing to everyone involved. Within the next 14 days, you are going to witness something that will remove all doubt from your mind. The person I have been describing is going to make a mistake. They are going to say something they shouldn't say, or do something they shouldn't do, or reveal something they shouldn't reveal. And when it happens, you are going to feel like scales have fallen from your eyes. You are going to remember conversations differently. You are going to see patterns you missed before. You are going to understand why certain things never made sense. You are going to realize that your intuition was right all along, and you are going to wonder why you didn't trust it sooner. But don't be hard on yourself. The reason you didn't see it is because you have a pure heart. The reason you didn't recognize it is because you don't think the way manipulative people think. The reason you missed the signs is because you were looking for love in someone who was offering control. This person has been operating from a place of deep insecurity. They have been watching your light grow brighter, and instead of celebrating it, they have been trying to dim it. They have been seeing your influence expand, and instead of rejoicing, they have been working to contain it. They have been witnessing your transformation, and instead of supporting it, they have been attempting to sabotage it. But here is what they didn't count on. Your light doesn't come from them. Your strength doesn't depend on their approval. Your destiny doesn't require their permission, and your future doesn't need their participation. You are about to discover just how powerful you are when you are not being drained by someone who pretends to fill your cup while secretly poking holes in the bottom. You are about to learn how peaceful you can be when you are not constantly defending yourself against subtle attacks disguised as loving concern. You are about to experience how much energy you have when you are not pouring it into someone who never intended to pour back. The season you are entering is going to be unlike anything you have ever experienced. Doors that have been closed are about to swing open. Opportunities that have been delayed are about to present themselves. Relationships that have been prevented are about to manifest. And breakthrough that has been blocked is about to flood your life like a tsunami of blessing. But first, you have to make a choice. You have to decide whether you are going to continue protecting someone who hasn't been protecting you, or whether you are going to start honoring the warning that heaven has given you. You have to choose between the familiar dysfunction and the unknown freedom. You have to pick between the comfortable cage and the scary sky. I know it is frightening. I know it is painful. I know it feels like you are losing something important. But my child, you are not losing anything real. You are only losing the illusion of something that was never what it appeared to be. You are only releasing the fantasy of a relationship that existed more in your hope than in your reality. The person you thought you knew, the person you loved, the person you trusted, they are still there, buried underneath layers of hurt and fear and insecurity. But the person who has been interacting with you, the person who has been manipulating your emotions and controlling your choices and limiting your growth, that is not who they really are. That is who they became when they allowed their pain to turn into poison. And you cannot love someone into healing if they don't want to be healed. You cannot save someone who doesn't want to be saved. You cannot fix someone who doesn't think they are broken. Your assignment is not to rescue them. Your assignment is to rescue yourself. Your calling is not to heal them. Your calling is to heal from them. Your purpose is not to change them. Your purpose is to change your response to them. The next phase of your life requires a different version of you, a version that loves deeply but discerns clearly, a version that trusts openly but protects wisely, a version that gives generously but maintains boundaries, a version that forgives completely but remembers accurately. This is your metamorphosis moment. This is your transformation time. This is your elevation season. And just like a butterfly cannot take a caterpillar with it into flight, you cannot take everyone with you into your next dimension. Some people are meant to be in your story for a chapter, not for the whole book. Some people are meant to teach you lessons, not share your lifetime. Some people are meant to show you what you don't want, not give you what you do want. And that is okay. That is not failure. That is not loss. That is growth. That is wisdom. That is evolution. The pain you are feeling right now is not the pain of ending. It is the pain of beginning. It is not the pain of losing someone. It is the pain of finding yourself. It is not the pain of being rejected. It is the pain of being redirected. Heaven is redirecting you toward people who will celebrate your authenticity instead of trying to control it. Heaven is repositioning you for relationships that will encourage your growth instead of fearing it. Heaven is realigning you with connections that will amplify your light instead of dimming it. But you have to be willing to walk away from what is familiar to walk into what is destined. You have to be willing to disappoint some people to avoid disappointing yourself. You have to be willing to be misunderstood by those who never understood you anyway. The confirmation is coming. The revelation is arriving. The exposure is happening. And when it does, remember this message. Remember that heaven warned you. Remember that God prepared you. Remember that you are not alone in this transition. You are loved beyond measure. You are protected beyond understanding. You are destined for greatness beyond imagination. And nothing, absolutely nothing, can stop what heaven has decreed for your life. My beloved child, as I bring this message to a close, I want you to know that heaven is not angry with you for trusting the wrong person. Heaven is not disappointed in you for missing the signs. Heaven is not frustrated with you for being too kind, too generous, too willing to see the best in people even when they were not showing you their best. Your heart is a gift, not a flaw. Your ability to love deeply is a strength, not a weakness. Your willingness to trust is a blessing, not a curse. The only thing that needs to change is your discernment. The only thing that needs to be refined is your ability to distinguish between those who are genuinely for you and those who are simply with you for what they can gain from the association. Heaven is about to sharpen your spiritual senses. You are about to develop an ability to feel the intentions behind people's words, to sense the motivations behind their actions, to discern the difference between authentic love and skilled manipulation. You are about to become someone who can love deeply while protecting wisely, someone who can trust openly while remaining alert, someone who can give generously while maintaining healthy boundaries. This is your season of awakening. This is your time of seeing clearly. This is your moment of stepping into a level of spiritual maturity that will serve you for the rest of your life. The person who has been revealed to you tonight was not sent to harm you. They were sent to teach you. And though the lesson has been difficult, it has been necessary for your development into the person heaven needs you to become. In exactly 72 hours from the moment you finish reading this message, you will receive a sign that confirms everything you have read. It may come in the form of a conversation that reveals more than the person intended to share. It may come through an action that finally shows you what has been hidden. It may come through a sudden clarity that makes everything make sense. But it will come. And when it does, you will know that this message was not a coincidence, but a divine intervention. When that confirmation arrives, do not confront, do not accuse, do not try to make them see what they are not ready to acknowledge. Simply adjust your expectations, modify your level of sharing, and begin the gentle process of creating the space that heaven is requiring for your next season of growth. Remember, my child, you are loved beyond measure. You are protected beyond understanding. You are destined for greatness beyond imagination, and nothing, absolutely nothing, can stop what heaven has decreed for your life. The person who has been revealed tonight was simply a test to see if you would choose your destiny over your comfort, your calling over your convenience, your future over your familiar. You have passed the test. You have chosen correctly. And now heaven is about to reward your courage with connections that will astound you, opportunities that will amaze you, and a level of peace that will restore everything that was stolen during this season of spiritual interference. Walk forward with confidence. Walk forward with clarity. Walk forward with the absolute certainty that your best days are not behind you but ahead of you. The revelation you received tonight was not an ending but a beginning, not a loss but a liberation, not a punishment but a promotion into the next level of your divine assignment. If this message has touched your heart, if it has brought clarity to your confusion, if it has given you permission to trust what your spirit has been trying to tell you, then type Amen in the comments below. Your agreement with heaven's revelation will activate the angels assigned to your situation and accelerate the divine intervention that is already in motion on your behalf. You are not alone. You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. Heaven sees you, heaven hears you, and heaven is moving on your behalf even now. Trust the process, embrace the change, and prepare yourself for the beautiful chapter that is about to begin in your life. The best is yet to come. My beloved, the best is yet to come.